BeatStars.com.
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me what's funny.
Customs.
This is beautiful! What is that, velvet?
Pull over.
Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio, let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Vanzant, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio. BKS1. God bless y'all.
Good morning. Wake your ass up.
Let's clap it up. The Man Cave Morning Show.
We are back for the Tuesday edition of the Man Cave Morning Show. Salute to everybody on the check-in, man.
It's the Man Cave
Y'all feeling
Morning
good?
Show.
Y'all happy y'all live?
Good, man.
You happy we here?
Good.
Yes, sir.
No doubt. Salute to everybody on the check-in, man. I'm excited to talk about today's show. I mean, topics, some current events is going on, beefs going on that we need to discuss. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But first and foremost, we love y'all, man. We love y'all. Let's clap up for y'all. Let's introduce the awesome squad of the Man Cave Morning Show. To my far right, we call him the dude. She put you in that good mood with his slow jams and his style of play. Jump into the shot, man. Stop trying to be so cool. You're not into the shot.
Sorry.
No doubt. You ain't that cool, brother.
Did I move on?
I love you, but you ain't that cool.
All right, brother. His testosterone prevents him from sitting that close to me.
Yes. And sitting right next to me is the dude that gets a little rude, especially when he's in a bad mood. We call him Deacon Woo. And sitting left to me.
Yes.
Looking like she just made a fresh batch of pancakes. My partner, my peoples. We call her.
I hate you.
I love pancakes.
The beautiful, the talented Hurricane Kiss.
Good morning. Good morning. No syrupy. You get dry pancakes for that. And in the middle, Moni in the middle.
I am just humbly stormed on the general. Salute to you all. At your service. Salute. Okay, of course, I gotta give some love and shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube.
Bang.
Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on Twitter and Periscope.
Bang.
Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on Ustream.
Bang.
Salute to everybody watching us live on the mother site, WBKS1.com. Shout out to everybody listening to us live on that TuneIn app. If you don't have the TuneIn app, make sure you download it, people. Get that app. Guess what? You know what we like? It's free. It is free. So get that TuneIn app. And shout out to everybody watching us live right now on FB, Facebook.
Bang.
Let's clap it up. Salute to you all.
Yes.
We are here for you. Let's get it on and popping and get some Facebook love. Shout out to Reds Hollywood on the check-in. Salute to Julius Gray on the check-in. Sandy B, what's up?
Hey, Boo, good morning.
Yes, Denise Sparrow on the check-in. Hey, Denise. Michael Ross on the check-in. Anthony Williams on the check-in. Felicia Chisholm. Hey, Felicia on the check-in.
From North Carolina.
Yes, Patricia Shell Givens. Hey, sis, on the check-in. Janice Maxine Brooks on the check-in. Curtis Copples on the check-in. Salute. Paul Joseph Williams on the check-in. Reggie Solomon on the check-in. Yvette Bridges on the check-in. Debbie Skinner McGriff on the check-in. And Daryl on the check-in. As y'all come in, we're going to show you some love. Make sure I want to see every one of y'all listening to the sound of our voice. Share it out right now, no matter what platform you are on. Share it out right now for the people. And let's get this info. We'll get this thing popping. All right? So here we are. The Man Cave Morning Show. Yes. We're going to talk about some things as y'all trickle in. And one of the things we're going to be discussing is... Take it, Will.
Bad relationships change good women. Again, bad relationships change good women.
What's wrong with y'all this week?
Was that a sound?
Y'all been mad, my
sister?
Y'all been emotional this past couple of weeks.
Another thing we're going to be talking about is...
I can go over here. Beefs on social media.
Having personal beefs.
Personal beefs on social media.
Nobody wins.
Had to get my eyes out.
All right.
Yes, I see a lot of that lately with families beefing with each other on social media. Friends that were friends beefing each other on social media. Couples beefing with each other on social media.
Yes.
One that caught my attention was the recent beef with Floyd Mayweather and 50 Cent. It's crazy. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but it's ridiculous, man. And my thing is like, yo, y'all both millionaires, almost billionaires.
I just said that.
And what do y'all have to beef about, especially with each other? You know what I'm saying? Y'all got problems with each other, just go your separate ways. Call it a wrap. It didn't work out. Y'all, you know, your friendship is no longer there, man. I mean, what do you think about that, man? I mean, why do you even have time to beef with somebody on social media?
Certainly, as nowhere near a millionaire, but just as a regular person, why would two grown established men gossip and yak on social media?
Publicity.
I don't. Is the publicity worth it?
I don't think it is, but I think they do it just to stay relevant.
Okay, so does that make your brand relevant, or does that make everybody clown on you?
Not at all.
You look like a clown. Two grown-ass men over 40 that happen to be billionaires and successful African-American entrepreneurs. Why the hell? Like my boss just told me. Do you see anyone else do that other than us?
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. Who does that?
Think about it, man. We the only ones that, I mean, we really take it there. Well, no, our president does.
Oh, yeah, he's an outlier though. He
ain't our president.
Yeah, so maybe he's actually African American.
Under that orange skin,
sir.
I'm just saying.
How do you
under that
orange American? You ain't African American.
What you say, orange?
I'm a yellow American. So that's an orange American.
Here's the crazy thing. So here's the crazy thing. We're gonna go into this topic: having personal beefs on social media. Nobody wins.
Okay.
Nobody wins, because think about it, man. I've seen somebody. Especially the craziest thing about it, I've seen people beef after they lost a family member. You know, like
on social media.
And believe it or not, you know that's one of the main times like families have beefs is during when they lose somebody in the family or like during the funeral.
Cut up at funerals.
That's when all the real petty stuff starts to happen.
We cut
trying
up.
to steal money and all types of
that's when we steal from each other and cuss and fight.
I seen somebody the other day. I can't believe she left the car to him in her will on social media. I can't believe she left the house to him in her will and this and that, and he don't even deserve it and this and that, and he used to talk about her and this on social media.
Jackass.
Why do you take it there? Why do we feel the need, right, to have an audience with our personal issues in a fight, in an argument with somebody on social media? Like, why do we need an audience for that? Is it for validation?
I think with some people, because I experienced somebody coming at me on a personal level from family, and I think her method to her madness was what we going through, and because I'm so upset about it, now I want to put it out there for everybody else who doesn't know what we're going through to be able to be in our business. And my whole thing was like, me at my house, you know what I'm saying? Don't be tagging me and shit. Like I think we're all kind of guilty sometimes. You know, when we feel in a certain type of way, you might post something up that kind of goes with the vibe that you're feeling, and it might be subliminal, because I've seen us all do it at one point or another. But when you outright coming out and like actually tagging somebody, you know what I'm saying, and mentioning names and all that other stuff, like I'm a phone call away. Just come to my house and see me. Don't do that. Because then when I come back at you in person, not even back on Instagram or whatever, because I shut all that down, but it's not going to be pretty once I see you in your face. Because don't do that.
Yes.
Don't do that.
I think that also too, man, people just do stuff to get attention. I mean, even though I agree with what Akissa was saying, I also know that a lot of times you'll find people that they're the way they think is how they communicate. So if they want to communicate in front of an audience, they're going to communicate by social media, Instagram or Facebook, and put it out there like just to get attention, man. I be watching some videos and stuff people post, and I just shake my head. They do it to get attention.
I think that for people of our generation, it simply amplifies who you are. So if you're a butthead, you're a butthead to the 10th power. But to break the generations down, younger people feel like it's about the attention that they're garnering towards themselves. It's not about ethics. It's not about emotions. It's not about being able to delay gratification or understanding how what you do and say affects other people. Right? That's why they show their bodies. That's why you see a kid hit a teacher in the face and another kid film it. See, we're evolving as a species. And what's happening is when we die off, these younger people just want to get everything out there because that's all they know. We were around before all of it. So I don't know necessarily if I can blame them, because all they know is public. And also they see celebrities with absolutely no talent get money. So the way we all thought we were going to be Bruce Lee or Michael Jordan, that was our fantasy, or Muhammad Ali. They think that they're going to be a star just by being themselves. They believe that just by going like this, a million people are going to give me $1 with absolutely no talent. So you're seeing this change now. Why two grown-ass 40-year-old men would act like children? You got me. You got me.
And what did their whole
I don't understand.
50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather, what did their whole beef start over?
I know a long time ago.
Pierre Marie, right? It was the sex tape because 50 Cent leaked the sex
this time?
tape.
This beef?
No,
There's been a
the
few.
original one, yeah.
The original one was just him gigging on him because he talking about he couldn't read and all other stuff. Remember? Calling him illiterate with the whole ACL challenge thing.
Remember when 50 agreed to go into business with Floyd.
That's right. That's what it started.
To talk about the boxing and everything. And I think that Floyd, his business acumen was like, I'm just going to keep spending money. Whereas 50 was more business minded. And it caused them to clash. So they finally broke up. Then it went to, you can't read. Then it went to the sex, whatever. 50 is a crumb bum in that that's what he does. Like, his business is disrespecting people. Right? So if you know that about 50, that's his business, that's his brand. Why would you engage him on his brand with his strength, which is disrespect? I don't get it. I don't understand.
And just to add on to what you said about what you said, and this is just my opinion, I think people don't realize that 50 Cent is very viral savvy, meaning that he does a lot
of things.
Jackie.
Uh-huh.
Hey, baby, what's up? Since you want me saying, hey, I wasn't calling Jackie baby. I was saying hi to my baby. Since you want to interrupt me while I was talking.
Oh, okay, we got you.
So anyway, anyway, I was saying 50 Cent. You said him being disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him as a disrespectful person. He's actually very down to earth. I just think that a lot of things he does, he just likes to have fun, and in the fun of him being viral, he just humiliates people.
So now
he humiliates you.
Hey, look, he broke up with Vivica, and they had their little thing, their war too, going on social media back and forth. He was taking personal shots at her. She was taking personal shots at him. I mean, you know, like, where does it stop? You know what I'm saying? Where do you get to a point where you just say it's not cool? And my whole thing is because now, so I went and pulled some of the beef. So here's when, you know, 50 got mad at Floyd. He came at him with this. This was Floyd first. No, first, this is Floyd first, I think. All right. So this is Floyd. And Floyd put this picture up. So the picture says what?
What it says, Captain Chronic?
Yo,
Curtis 5-0 Jackson, go snitch or die telling.
Oh my
God! Why he got his tie and stuff blown in the wind? Look, you know
so
what?
Now, if I wish if you could read some of this, but this is what Floyd basically came out and said in regards to 50 on social media.
Floyd Mayweather, Curtis confidential informant Jackson, you're mad because your oldest son Marquise' mother doesn't want you to be with you. Your son, your own flesh. Okay, I don't want to read it. Okay, I don't want to read it.
No, read it. This is come from Floyd. You ain't saying it.
Okay, I'm not saying this, and I don't believe that family should be in nothing.
That's what the topic is.
Your son, your own flesh and blood, don't want nothing to do with you. You haven't had a hit song on radio, and who knows when. You are definitely not enough to even sell records anymore, so Interscope dropped you. You are jealous of any rapper, athlete, or entertainer that's hot or got something going on for themselves. You are a certified snitch, and we got paperwork to prove it. You talking about Ja Rule, but you stole his whole style and ran with it. You're the only self-proclaimed gangster that's never put in work. You need to pay homage to the real 50 Cent for stealing his name and his storyline.
Wow. Okay. And real quick,
your claim to fame was getting shot numerous times and living to tell it, and you think that's gangster? Where you at? You currently living in a fucking apartment in Jersey. You always in someone else's business just to stay relevant. You should just become a blogger because it's obvious you don't have nothing going on in your life. Are you mad at Kanye West because he ended your career? The only thing you got going on is power, and everybody watches that because Ghost is a dope ass character on your show. You can leave the show, everybody will still watch Power, but out here in the real world, I'm the real Ghost.
Oh Lord.
Damn. Okay. All right. So.
Oh my God.
Jeesh. All right. See.
I don't even like reading that.
No, but the whole thing is, so now that's out there on social media for everybody to see. So these two men in their 40s. They got beef with each other, and he went personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Floyd went personal with that. This millionaire, all this money, this professional boxer, you know what I'm saying, this champion, went personal with that at 50. So
and he's not the first one though. Everybody that happens to have a beef at 50 always mentions his son not wanting anything to do with him and all that other stuff, and it's like, okay, why is that bothering you?
Not to shoot Floyd Bell because it's wrong to go personal. Why does everyone go personal with 50? Doesn't 50 go personal with everyone else?
Right.
You live by the sword, you die by the sword.
But wait a minute,
you put that energy out, it's going to come back on you.
So 50 claps back.
Right.
Oh my
50
God.
claps back with this. With this.
Jesus.
All right. So here's 50. This is from 50's Instagram. He's basically talking about that, trying to say Floyd is illiterate. And
then he got a ghostwriter to write his post.
And that he needs a ghostwriter to even write his post because he don't know how to spell. So basically 50, look at how this is read. 50 Cent broke. He got herpes from DJ.
He's
vitamin water.
Wow.
Deal was not for 300 mil.
Yo, this is shout out. Yo.
You should just be
and
blogger because you stay in other people's business.
Okay.
Yo, that's
your own son doesn't even not even mess with you, whatever like that. So this is how 50 clashed back at him, basically saying Floyd is illiterate. Now, here was when it started getting real. And this is what bothered me and what led to this whole topic about people putting their business out there on social media. So then you get this one. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can see basically what the caption says. All right. And let me just slide this over a little bit. So if you look at the caption. All right. So 50 basically said what?
He beat 50 men, 11 women, and caused 2 bodies. What? Caused 2 bodies keep calling me, and I'm going to show Champ, get the strap.
So now 50 is saying about Floyd. Okay, you beat 50 men, which was boxing.
Right, 11 women.
But 11 women, which was relationships, which is domestic violence, and caused 2 bodies. And this is where it gets personal because
he's caused. I'm sorry.
And caused 2 bodies.
Right.
Keep calling me.
This guy is crazy.
And I'm going to show Champ. Get the strap. All right. So now, basically, what he meant by this causing 2 bodies thing. Recently, well, not too long ago, and it's alleged, because I'm going to say alleged, but 50 actually put it out there in the next post I'm going to show y'all. It's alleged that Floyd has a little history of talking to his friend's girlfriends.
Right.
Trying to post up on his friend's girlfriend. So this one particular person, he ended up, his best friend, one of his good friends, started talking to his girlfriend on the side, bought her own apartment.
Yeah.
Bought her things, nice things, whatever like that, whatever. And then the dude found out, and he wasn't really built like that, so he ended up shooting his girlfriend, and he killed himself.
Right.
So this is what
this
50,
really
this
happened.
is what this is what 50 meant by saying you caught and you caught 2 bodies. So now I'm gonna show y'all this next one. And this is where I was kind of shocked with 50 because he went hard on this one. All right, so these are the people involved that I just was talking about.
Right.
So if you see the names, you see the faces, you see Floyd Mayweather and whatever like that. These are supposedly Floyd's good friends, right? So then 50 comes with this, and this was the last post that caught me. So let's read this.
50 Cent, Floyd, you are the champ, but you a sucker at heart. You want it all. I know I watched you do some foul shit to Reela, and he's your best friend. When he broke up with his girl Jessica, you kept her around. Got her an apartment, bought her a car because you wanted to F her. Reela ain't sweated. He was keeping it player. Hayes just wasn't built like that. Tell everybody why you was on FaceTime when he killed Stephanie and himself because he was confronting you about fucking his wife.
What? Why would you put that out?
All right, so now
we're
gonna come back. This is what I'm talking about. This is where, to me, and again, I love 50, but this is where you cut deep, more than deep. You got real personal with it, and you know, like who's winning this social media battle?
We all losing. The world losing.
Floyd took attacks. Anytime, let me tell you something. I'm a grown man, right? And there was one relationship that I left, right, when I was with this person because she took a personal attack at my son and at my relationship, and I blacked out. I'm like, you know what? Boom, lose my number. Ever come to my house again? Blah 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 blah. Whatever. And she's waiting out, driver trying to talk to me. No. Because the argument was between me and you.
Right. Not about my kids. Not anybody else.
Not about my family. This, that, whatever. The argument was me and you. And then you brought my son. You mentioned my son into this whole argument. So now we're done. We're done because you didn't have to go there.
Right.
We can beef with each other all we want to. So think about it. Floyd mentioned his son and the baby mother situation, but then 50 took it there as far as, yo, you were responsible for 2 people being dead.
Right.
Because of your actions.
That's deep.
Because you're messing with supposedly your best friend's girl that he was in love with. So this man, he's saying basically this man went over Floyd's actions and killed his girlfriend and then shot himself.
That's crazy.
Who wins this beef? Who wins this social media argument?
What you are, okay, listen. You're seeing the character of both men. That's what you're seeing. You're seeing their character.
These posts comes right from 50s.
Okay.
Right from 50s
so,
Instagram.
Whenever I observe a beef, I always look at the person that's more intelligent, in my opinion. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I always, but it goes beyond that. Okay. I don't even, you have me dumbfounded. Where do you want me to start? I mean, how far do you want to take this back with Floyd Mayweather, who's worth $500 million but can't read? If I'm your friend, or if I'm in your cipher or your circle, I'm gonna do everything in my power so that you can. You follow me? Like to speak to the mindset of someone that makes so much money but still is kind of like a functional illiterate. That's a character flaw in Floyd. Now, if I'm your friend, I'm gonna bring that up to you and to change it. Floyd got enough money to have a buck-naked PhD feed him grapes and teach him how to read, right or wrong. Now, when you're talking about character, gonna stay on Floyd, a man that sleeps with another man's woman and all of this and that and the third, and that's messy. It's bereft of character or spirituality. Now, it is also a flaw of your spiritual walk to publicly talk about that. If I'm your enemy, I'll be like, you know what? I'm just gonna leave you alone. It is not for me to put that out. Now, if I was once your friend, I'll be like, Norm, I know we had beef in the past, but I think that what you're seeing is two people that are bereft spiritually. I don't know what else to say, because a person that has true spirituality understands the power of energy, and putting that type of negative, people's lives have already been lost and could be lost further. And all it does, because they're both black, outside of the personal, is do us harm and damage. As men, I don't have no respect for neither one of these guys doing what they're doing. Absolutely zero.
And that's my thing. Like, I feel like they've been beefing for a minute, but like Norm said, like the fact that he brought up this personal thing. If nobody ever knew that, like if nobody ever knew, even if it's a fact and nobody knew that, you're bringing it up now, and now you're recreating
and then you're bringing energy with that too.
You're waking up these demons that have been buried a long time ago for people to be like, oh, this was gonna happen. Now the social media beefs start transcending into the face to face, and we start talking violence, and then people get hurt, and that's what I don't like.
Or possibly killed.
Because it could start from something really funny and petty, and then just keep it keeps. It starts avalanching into something else, and the end result is probably going to be somebody else getting hurt or losing their life over some stupid nonsense.
God bless the dead. When somebody let me tell you something. When somebody dies, shut the F up. Leave me alone. Somebody is dead, if me and another man got beef and that man died, that's it. Shut up.
But don't bring kids into it, man.
We didn't even get to that yet.
That's the whole thing.
That's the same. That's bad too.
Well, see. That's
kid's name out your mouth.
That's where
don't do that.
I got the problem with Floyd, and as far as 50, bruh, look, and the phone lines are opening. So if you want to comment on this, or if you know actually the parties involved or whatever like that, you can call in
646-233-1302. Shout out to Kango from UTFO. He said hip hop battles have escalated incredibly since the days of the Roxanne Wars.
No doubt.
It seemed to be getting worse.
Respect,
Kango.
Gotta have you on the show, Kango.
See, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not talking about 50 or Floyd, but anytime you have beef, there are no rules in beef. So it's best not to beef, because we can say, all of us can say what we disagree with what was being said, but when it's a beef, and then the level of the beef, we can always say, oh, it should never go to that, or it should never go to this, but it's a beef, and when it's a beef, there are no gloves. Their gloves are off.
You know what? There's certain women I wouldn't even like. I'm talking about before I was married. That I wouldn't even talk to or whatever like that. Either I was interested in or that was interested in me. That I wouldn't even talk to, because they put too much of their damn personal business out there on social media. Every time they fight with somebody, they putting it out there on social media. Every time they arguing with somebody, they get in an argument with their mama, they put it on social media. They get in an argument with their ex, or they put it on social media, and it's crazy. And I saw this. I'm like, yo, that could be me.
Yeah.
So me and you could be in a relationship or whatever. As soon as something go wrong or whatever like that,
The whole world go though.
You put it out there for the whole world to see or whatever like that. Nah, I'm good.
To underline something that Dennis just said, because if I talk about 50, I have to talk about Floyd. I'm fans of both men, right? I think 50 is a real smart guy, which is why I'm kind of surprised at this. But I'll say this. When you talk about someone's child,
that's hurtful.
Let me tell you something. As
That's
spiritual
hurtful.
and as much as I try to chant or whatever, say something about my son.
It's very hurtful, man.
You follow me? Like I know that I'm working on myself.
Right.
But I also know that when my children are involved, I'm not myself.
Right.
So what?
Right.
So since I understand that, I definitely gotta keep. Look, me and you in the beef, right? And let's chant and let's all love one another and let's be Buddhists. And you say something about my child, like it unlocks something in me. So as a man that understands that I'm powerful and understands the law of cause and effect, that what I can affect someone else, I'm gonna stay away from that. So like D said, let's not forget. You could call me gay on the cover because I'm on some whatever. You can say whatever you want.
Right.
But you know that picture that everyone uses of 50 with the, you know, that picture they always show of him, right?
Yeah.
You can crack on him, whatever. The minute you say someone's child, I pray that everything is okay. Because the most spiritual, honorable, righteous person, the most look at him. It ain't even, he's upset, and it's just thinking about. It makes me yell and it makes me scream. So as a man and a businessman, don't you know to keep people's children, people lose their lives over stuff like that.
That's true.
I'm just saying with me, and it's funny because this was a person I was really cool with, and even though, you know, like the relationship or whatever didn't work out, I was done after that. Like we really couldn't even talk no more because the argument had nothing to do at all. My son, there was something that me and her could have just simply beefed about, agreed to disagree about, and we kept it moving. And then out of the blue, right? So you felt you was losing the argument. So out of the blue, you come, and that's why such and your son, blah, 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 and you this with your son.
Yeah,
and this,
that right there.
That'll crack your skull open.
Yo, and I was just like,
that'll crack your skull open, yo.
It only hurt me because I'm like,
that'll really make me lose.
One, okay, I know we beefing, but where did that come from? Like out of the blue.
That'll make me lose my marbles, son.
Yeah, I mean, I was like I said, I was the same way when this certain somebody did what they did on Instagram that one time. I was like, okay, I'm used to having arguments with family. I'm used to having arguments with friends, whatever the case is. Sometimes when I'm in the mood, I might put up a quote that might kind of like tell people how I feel, but I'm not necessarily telling people about who I'm mad at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tagging nobody. I'm not putting my business out there for anybody else to feel like I'm a coward that I can't speak to you in person.
Right.
So my whole thing is when she did what she did, it was what she mentioned. It was the information that she put on this public public platform that had to do with family issues that nobody knows unless I tell you personally. And if I don't tell you personally, that means me and you ain't cool like that. Right. So for you to put that shit out there, I straight up was like, I'm washing my hands. Don't speak to me in person. If I see you at a family function, don't rub me. Don't even. You'd be lucky if I say hi to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't disrespect me. Like, don't mention family. Don't mention my kids. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because now it becomes, beyond just a little beef.
Go ahead, D.
And
ridiculous.
It's something that Robin and I talk about words. Once you say words and they come out of your mouth,
oh my God, yes.
The damage of what's being said from that standpoint. Even in the case with you, Akissa, like somebody being that angry at you to put your personal business out there.
It had nothing to do with them. That's what's even more funny. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you can't take that back.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't take that back. So as much as, we like to run to we're not perfect and we're still
yes.
We still have to put some kind of cage or a limit on the things we allow to come out of our mouths.
Right.
And that's something I'm learning to practice right now, because for me personally, beefs are not good for me. If I'm beefing with my girl, if I'm beefing with, I really don't beef with anybody like that. Not even really hurt, but I'm just saying, beefs for me don't go well because it makes me dangerous.
So I have a question. Well, first I want to make a statement to the panel and everyone that's listening. Everyone has people in their lives that they dead. Yo, I deaded that kid.
Right.
There are people in our family. You might not even talk to your own mom, your own son. You know what I mean? the person is dead to you for whatever reason. I mean, I don't even care the reason why.
Right.
What social media does is allow people to come back from the dead. You dig what I'm saying? The reason that I dead you is because you triggered me. Just you being in your presence, the sound of your voice, it brings back all my PTSD, makes me violent, this and that and the third, right? Now watch this. Now I'm letting sleeping dogs lie. I'm like, all right, I'm your whole ring kill. Let me piece it all out. Listen, the person comes back from the dead. In other words, not respecting the non-talking clause.
Right.
Okay, listen. You upset me so much that when you talk, I get physical, which I don't even believe in. That's abhorrent to me on a spiritual level. But I'm saying even the sound of your voice might make me trigger.
Right.
Imagine that there's a person in your life like that, and they on social media putting your business in the street. You tell me if it's a possibility for you to get irrational, for you to get violent, for you to do something wrong. Look, man, sometimes this social media, you gotta let sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Correct.
We done all had relationships, business deals that went left. We have all done stuff to people. Let's be real. And we've hurt people, and the person deaded us. And we go, you know what? If I ever see that person again, I'll apologize. Or you know what we say? Because I take ownership of what I did, I'm gonna be a better person because I hurt kids.
That's it. That's it right there.
Leave it. But for that person to come back and attack you in such a fashion, now you're talking about who got killed and somebody's, woman and their son and their daughter.
It gets too deep.
Yeah. It's not that serious.
Be quiet.
But that shows also the weakness of a person when they start going to that level. You know what I mean? It shows the weakness of them because I'm more of a face-to-face confrontational type person. I'm not going to be phone gangstering you or Facebook gangstering you, and I'm a little too old to be gangstering anybody, to be honest. But a lot of times you're gonna get hate, and it shows what people really think about you. See, in the case with you, Akissa, I'm willing to bet you that it may have seemed like it was at that moment that the person was coming for you, but they've been wanting to come for you. They just couldn't take it.
No. It wasn't the case. They have, and that was the thing, that there were several other situations where I already dealt with this person with this exact same thing, and I was having a phone conversation with somebody else, and then that get it with this person.
Right.
So that's when she in turn felt that it was necessary to try to blast me, not call me on my phone because you have my number, or text me, or we talk in person. You took it to social media when I would never do that. You get what I'm saying? I get personal. I'm very guilty of that. Yeah. But I don't get personal to the point where I tell the world who I'm talking about or what. You know what I'm saying?
Personal attacks.
Exactly. I don't attack nobody on Instagram. And
personal attacks.
You came and you tagged me and you mentioned you was mentioning phrases and terms. I'm like, are you seriously? Like, you want me to punch you in your face?
I'm sorry.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm just saying.
It is.
Took the time to tag me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you did all that.
If you throw a subliminal out there,
I could deal with a subliminal. You know what I'm saying? We do subliminals all day, and a subliminal doesn't necessarily make you a coward. Subliminal, with me, when I throw a subliminal, it may be I've already had a conversation. Now it's bothering me, so now that's my way of venting. I might find something that might help me cope with it. Right. So I'll post it and say, okay, to help me get through it. That's different. I'm not going to tag the person and say, oh, you a clown ass, or you this and you that. I'm going to deal with you on a personal level. So the fact that you felt the need to hit me up on a personal level like that and then publicly I'm not playing with you.
Akissa,
I'm not playing
tagging
with you.
her in it. Akissa always passes gas after she eats empanadas.
Yo,
I put that on social. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying it's like, people make it personal, man. People make it personal, and it's got to stop.
Yeah.
One quick other thing. I think they caught the Oakland stabber.
Oh, did they?
That stabbed that young lady. I think she was 18 years old. She was just on the platform.
Right.
And she lost her life just being on the platform, whatever. And some dude just randomly just stabbed her. So her name was Nia.
On the platform?
Yeah, Nia Wilson.
Nia Wilson.
Wait. Where was this at?
In Oakland.
In Oakland. Nia Wilson, 18, died on the platform Sunday night.
Oh, man.
After a man identified as 27-year-old transient John Lee Cowell approached and quickly stabbed her. And Latifah Wilson, 26, both in the neck.
Wow. See, that's why I ride over to work with Robin, man.
The older sister was hospitalized overnight. They also said in my close to 30 years of police experience, it was probably one of the most vicious attacks I've ever seen. BART Police Chief Carlos Rojas said. For Cowell, 21 hours on the lam, which he was, on the lam running, ended almost exactly where they began. He was located on another BART train about 6:30 p.m. Monday. He probably was going to try to kill somebody else.
Yeah, so that's what the caller said. She said that he stood behind her or somebody else, and she felt like it was him, and felt like she was in danger.
Yeah, so two passengers tipped off the police that they had spotted the suspected killer. I'm glad they got this dude, man. And I'm gonna run y'all a clip
Lord have mercy,
of what's going on.
Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name.
She didn't do nothing to nobody. I didn't do nothing to nobody. And for this to happen is just outright crazy. Then he started attacking. And I looked back and he was wiping off his knife and stood at the stairs and just looked.
As they were transferring at the MacArthur platform, they were approached by an individual with a knife who struck very rapidly. It was, in my close to 30 years of police experience, probably one of the most vicious attacks that I've seen. And we're really seeking justice for Nia and for Latifah. This is a horrible, horrible incident that occurred, and I think everybody's hearts goes out to the family.
I run up the platform and I see my youngest daughter laying up under a tarp dead, I want justice for my daughter. I want justice for my daughter. Please help me get justice for my daughter. Man, I work at Highland Hospital. I see this every single day. I never imagined myself going through nothing like this.
Say her name.
Prayers and condolences to the family of Nia. It's just tragic, but I'm glad they got this guy. And they're going to find out more what the motive is. I don't know if he's a serial stabber or whatever you call him or whatever.
Just randomly walk up to somebody and do that.
Is it a mental thing or whatever? There's been reports. Somebody said he was associated with a white supremacist group or whatever. We don't know. So as more reports come in and we find out more, we'll let y'all know. But hopefully this thing is over. Yes.
And I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it. This is exactly why I try to send that dude to hell when I pushed him out of me and Robin's space last week. You never know when somebody is up to no good to harm a woman. It ain't got nothing to do with black or white. It's a woman. And this is exactly why. I don't care nothing about color, skin, or anything.
Right.
Absolutely. You are trying to attack a woman with a knife? With a knife.
He tried to take two of them.
He tried to kill two women with a knife. I tell you what, I want all y'all crazy people out there to listen to what I'm about to say that want to attack women, especially women on the platforms. Y'all lost your mind. Try to attack one of mine. I'll find you and tie you up to the railroad track and stuff a pole through your mouth.
But the crazy thing about it, this is on a serious tip. This is why I worry about like my mom's.
Yeah, man, you got to.
Like my wife, you know what I'm saying? Because she rides the train every day. My friend, Kiss, my sister on her way over here right now.
Yeah, man, you got to.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you worry because like people really have lost their mind. And the mental illness out there is running rampant. You know what I'm saying? There's so many people that's undiagnosed with mental illness. And I don't know if this guy is actually aware of what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't have a mental illness. Maybe he's sick. They're gonna find out more though.
They ain't gonna find out nothing. They're gonna cover it up and say, he killed animals when he was a kid and his father set him on fire. They're gonna make excuses.
But this is why I think in the times we live in, you know what I'm saying, we need to go back to really looking out for each other and being more vigilant. And I know the police officer says, "Oh, we don't want vigilantes or whatever like that." Nah, but back in our day, we had guardian angels. We had all this different types of factions that will help out in situations like this. You know what I'm saying? Caller from the 609. State your name, where you calling from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show.
Yes. Good morning, BKS1 family. This is Linus Roars.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mama. How are you?
Hey, let me tell you something. It took a lot of prayer to calm me down this morning. It took a lot of prayer. Got up first thing, I opened my eyes this morning. I thank God for opening my eyes and seeing my family. And, you know, that my grandkids, my family, they my joy. They my everything.
Right.
And then, you know, I turned on, you know, after a while, I turned on my Facebook page. And first thing you see is the story about those Oklahoma, those sisters. And I'm telling you, it touched me with so many breaks. I'll cry. I was like, Lord, I can't take this no more. Every day you turn on not just social media, but the TV or radios, you hear somewhere that our people are being slaughtered. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about all, you know, shades of color. Right. And it's being done by these evil, what I'm going to say, racist white people, because not all white people are not like that. I have some good, you know, people, friends that are white. So I just want to clear that up. But it touched me in so many ways that I've even changed my show for tomorrow to make sure that that's going to be my first testimony, to tell our people we need to come together and regroup and stop fighting each other and killing each other. We need each other to go out here on this battle line, because what is happening is real. That young girl is dead. She can't come back. He sliced her for what? He killed her for what? And then they're going to say they don't know if he's connected to a KKK. He ain't have to be connected to a KKK or racial group. He's point blank. He didn't attack no white people. He attacked a black woman. She's gone. Mm-hmm. And it's sad every day. I mean, all of us need to be feeling this. That child of you. Video where the father is saying, you know, you never expect this to happen. That's how I took it. That could be my daughter, my sister, my niece, cousin, y'all daughters. I would feel the same way. We have to wake up and do something right now. So that's why my fingers got to popping this morning. I got to roaring like, yo, wake up, people. Regroup. Rise up. And let them know. We ain't going back in time. We're not letting it happen.
I feel you. Yo, thanks, sis, for calling in, man, and just sharing how you feel, because look, it's a hard one, man. When you look at the father, I feel you on that too. When you look at the father, he's like, yo, I didn't expect. I see this all the time. I never expected, you know, to happen to me, be my daughter. You know, he goes on the platform, see his daughter laying under a tarp. You know, and
who could see that, man? Oh my God!
And think about it. I think about that not even just with like my wives and the women in my family, even with my son. He's out. He's taking the trains back and forth. He's on the platform, whatever. Like, then you get it crazy. You know, just want to roll up and take your life.
Well, I
just want to take your life, because, like I said, this purge thing. I'm like, I will never, you know, promote that. I don't promote violence, but I will promote, like I said, tomorrow, truth and protection. Everybody better get theirs together. Get it together and protect each other. And you know, like y'all have another option. I mean, a topic y'all spoke on about a beef. I commented on there. I believe I told y'all about it last week, where I don't do no Facebook beefing. I'm that woman. See me face to face. We gonna handle it one way or another. But I'm a grown woman and I got things going on in my life. It's not worth me beating your ass. But if I have to, it'll go down that way. You know, this chick, she was on there and she's been bashing my cousin-in-law for years, and you know, whatever issues they had that. I don't get in nobody problems, but when you post up on Facebook and tell people that you wanted to spit in his food and you work in a restaurant, it was my obligation and my duty to let my family know that this is what she said. And then he took it from there. Okay, and then I told her, I was the one that told him, oh, she went all in my inbox. I'm going to tell people not to like your radio show. You ain't this, you ain't that. Yeah, but you was just on my radio show last week clapping it up. You go, girl, you everything. I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about her. She's beneath me. She's nothing to me, and I don't Facebook fight. I'm a grown woman. I got a family. I got a career. Standing next to me, she has nothing. So she can threaten me all she wants. She knows when it comes down to the get down, she already knows she's already down.
It's crazy, man. And
it's
Norm,
crazy.
I feel for you.
And again, thanks for sharing it, huh?
And I feel for you, man. When you said Sandy riding over on the train, man, and that's why I always went with Robin when she was going to work.
Yeah, we gotta protect each other. The men need, protect the families, and the women, we need to stand by our men to be willing, because it is what it is. We can't hide from it. You can't close your ears and stay from it. This is real.
Yeah,
these people are out here not people. These animals are out here to kill us, man.
Yeah.
They out here to kill us, and they showing it.
Yeah, and that's anybody. It ain't, and I know you were saying that you ain't just saying white people, but that's anybody. I'm no respecter of persons of color when you come to trying to harm mine. And I don't want to get too far off subject, but it's a shame, man. It's a shame that it hurts. Somebody could wake up in the middle of the morning and just decide that they're going to go, because they mad, because somebody done left them and they ain't getting no cootie cat no more. They're going to go out here and because really, that's a lot of times what it's
That's
about.
how petty it gets.
So,
well, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I just seen it, and Norm, I called you this morning because I was so much in that pain, and I was just praying, and I was like, y'all need, calm down. And I prayed over it. I'm like, God, I would never let nobody take a smile off my face, but I'm human.
I would definitely hit you up after the show. It's crazy. It's hectic for me in the morning getting ready for this show.
That's all right. But we came in the private. We got platforms to let people know. Stand up, protect your families, and see the truth in front of your eyes. Don't close your eyes and don't think it would never happen to you, because that father said it. I never thought it would have happened to me.
Absolutely. Thanks for calling in, sis.
All right, peace. One love.
No doubt. Phone lines are open, 646-233-1302.
Yes.
Nia Williams, rest in power, my beautiful child and sister. And to your family, may God grant you a peace that passes all understanding in this your time of grief. This is a unspeakable tragedy. And of course, as a father of a son and a daughter, of women in my life that I love and I got friends, as a man, I get frustrated because I can't protect them and I can't be with them all the time. That being said, within my community right now, this is Angry Black Man talking about that, who talks about racism every day, all day. There is a father and there's a mother crying and there are no cameras there. And they were taken out by someone that looked just like them. So the same pain that I feel for Nia Wilson and her family, I also feel for the person that's going to die tonight in my community, the child, at the hands of someone that looks just like them. So what I would ask, as someone who does get off topic and who is paranoid and who is a conspiracy theorist and who is hyper-racial, if I put that down for a second, I begin to realize that how many people are killed in this country every day. How many children are taken away, right? Whether it be mental illness, racist, this, that, and the third. That being said, as a father, I'm a protector. You understand me? And I don't give a damn if somebody's mentally ill or not. It is what it is. I don't look. I'm not gonna put that energy out there, But what I will say is, where are we as a country,
right,
where people kill children and women? Where are we as a country when children and women look? See these three brothers up here? Hey, you got three men trying to do the best thing we can. We understand and we realize. But damn, like at least in war, they got rules. At least we used to have rules back in the day. So because of what I see, should I just be a savage because I never know who's going to do what? Should I try to keep my humanity? I don't know what to do. I'm as angry as they come. But I tell you what, this country is dripping in the blood of its own. I ain't even talking about the wars that we fight and we go and kill other people. We are killing ourselves. And this is the race man talking, white supremacy, this, that, and the other. Americans are killing Americans. We are feeding on ourselves, and the next damn news cycle is going to start tomorrow with who Cardi B is. You follow me? Like,
it gets overlooked. It gets overlooked.
Like Norm was saying about what he was talking about yesterday. See all of this outrage and all of this and all of this that.
Movements.
By Saturday, by Friday, it'll be forgotten when your ass go to the club. So, as a country,
it will go from Nia Wilson to Nicki Minaj,
right? To Nicki, exactly. When Nicki Minaj drop a new mixtape,
the narrative.
Then a father, listen, who the whole world is saying, is there anything I can do? What can I do for you? People won't return his phone calls, and within my own community and in other people's community, they certainly haven't killed the person that murdered my cousin. And nobody don't give a damn about it. See? Nobody cares. Nobody. You see, so when Norm was talking about movements and how they're dying, no, what's dying is our humanity. Okay, what you're witnessing is the loss of our society. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. When do you know how? Okay, last thing. Poor Americans are richer than the rest of the world. Our standard of living is so high. Do you know in America, if you don't got a place to stay, you could get a place to stay, got some food to eat. You're not in a war zone. You're not in a coup d'etat. But yet we still feed on ourselves. So is this what human beings do with prosperity? In third world nations, when they don't know where their next meal is coming from, do they feed on their own? We got anorexia and can go to a dumpster outside of McDonald's and eat. We are sick and getting sicker, and unless you put that moral standard and get back to God, I don't know what to tell you. And keep your hands off my babies.
No doubt. I just hope they find justice for that. You know, I just hope they find justice and he gets the punishment that he deserves.
Burn in hell, brother.
But here's my thing.
Hope you burn in hell, bro.
You were talking about justice yesterday, Norm, right? And what I come to realize what justice is today is more so like, don't get involved, let us handle it. We'll get to the bottom of it. Meanwhile, like Norm was saying yesterday,
they never do.
That's it. They never do because the movement is like a third party. Justice is like going directly to the source. Now, in my opinion, you can't. No, this ain't my opinion. This is my way of thinking. You can't tell me that man who lost his daughter, saw his daughter laying up under a tarp. I mean, he was holding back tears, but I can't actually say that I would have been like that. They wouldn't have been able to record me because if the cameraman would have been the wrong color, I'm telling you, I would have took it out on him. Now, is that the right thing to do? No. But you get to a point where you get tired of justice being overlooked. You get tired of justice. Now, I'm not promoting any type of self-inflicted justice on anybody. I'm just talking emotionally right now. It's time for this country to really, and you asked the question and said, where are we as a country? You know what? We've been asking that question for how long?
Ever since this show been in existence for sure. But
we've been asking that.
Black people? Ever since we got here.
We've been asking that question for long.
Ever since we got here.
For the longest. And we talk about the same stuff. Come together. Meanwhile, like, Akissa was talking about, Lioness was talking about, we see it already on the beefs that are on social media. Everybody's focusing on coming at each other, leaving the home with no defense. What is home? The community where most of us live at. There's no defense because everybody's going after everybody.
Okay, but I got a question. Defense against who?
What do you mean?
Meaning this, another person, another human, like where.
Right.
Listen to me. It ain't like, okay, this is Russia and this is America. No. American citizens are killing American citizens.
Right.
And as someone that's Mr. Racial Man all the time, listen. You're seeing citizens kill one another. It's beyond black and white and stuff like that. You have to listen. You have to ask yourself, what is the cause of that? Is it the chemicals in our food? Is it the bullshit that they pump on media? Is it the drugs? Is it the this? Is it the that? Right? And finally, when you're talking about movements, study your history and find out how powerful movements were brought to their knees. Look, I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm a person that doesn't see other people as people. I see them as white supremacists or Klansmen or gang members or police officers. I'm saying this, the one that bangs his head on the table all every day screaming and yelling. What's happening is I'm seeing my own fellow person as not as a person.
Right.
And that's the way police see me, and that's the way I see the police, and that's the way I see a gang member, and I see it. And you got all of this violence, right? And it seems like it's overtaking us because back in when my grandfather was born, there would be action. But not now. When you talk about movements like in the 60s or 70s, actions would have been taken. Justice would, okay. You know what we do? Last thing. You see somebody getting beat up and fall on the ground, these jokers will film you instead of say, can I get some help?
Yes, they will, bro.
So that's a human problem. Even though I'm highly aware of the racial aspect. I'm Mr. Racial Man. when you got human beings not treating each other like human beings, or look, you got a mentally ill, isolated person that's not being treated, hopped up on Dunkin' Donuts and drugs and chemicals and ADD and all this other crap that they tell you that we need, you starting to see people snap. Then you got people oversaturated with sex, oversaturated with violence, oversaturated with bullshit, oversaturated with ignorance, don't read, don't pray, don't do nothing. Then you put them in, then you put them in an environment and wonder why they snap. What they got to fall back on? You don't read nothing. You're not healthy. You're not spiritual. You probably got diabetes, or the sugar levels is messed up, or the chemicals in your body.
See, but
what's behind that?
Most of the issue too is that right now we're dealing with a situation where history is repeating itself.
I totally agree.
In a way that it's become so uncontrollable to the point where it's like it's repeating itself. But at the same time, back in the day, in the 50s and the 60s, when we were all fighting and they were protesting and we had, all these civil rights movements and they were going for something that was positive. Now they're trying to do all this and we're trying to fight for justice for all these people that we're losing and all these deaths and all these mental, these people that have serious mental illness, right. But now we're doing it in a generation of younger kids and people who don't get it. They don't get why, you know what I'm saying? They don't get why we're having this move. They don't get why these things are happening. Their thing is, yo, you saw what happened? Yo, you see the video of this, you see that. You're not trying to stop the problem.
And why don't they get it? The difference
because they're not being taught. They're not reading. They're not doing their research. They're not doing any of that. They're too busy in their phones and too busy finding out what the next trap song is going to be this week.
Yo, you ain't never lied.
They ignorant.
Let me tell you something.
They plain ignorant.
That's it. Ignorant. The devil is brilliant because it's no excuse for anyone to be ignorant
at all.
Because all of the collected knowledge of mankind, of God and the devil, is at your fingertips for Boost Mobile for so you can go on Wikipedia and find out Socrates, Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, Allah, Buddha, and everybody else. But we choose not to. My question is, now here's where my real conspiracy comes from. Here's where my real conspiracy comes from. Why aren't people searching out for knowledge to be human? We're becoming less and less human. Less and less moral, less and less character, less and less spiritual, and more based. We take this powerful tool, right? And what do we do with it? You ain't even got to go to a library to find out the difference between right and wrong. But we choose. Every person that I talk to, has even a crazy guy, right? Got a cell phone that could be like Judaism, philosophy. But we don't choose not to.
Nobody.
That's the conspiracy.
But
that's the problem.
Go ahead,
but here's the problem too. It's like we're desensitized from a lot of things because of, think about everything that's before us. Like you said, you got the crazy video games, right? We allow the kids to play or whatever. Everybody's shooting, killing, blood splattering, whatever like that. So you start to become desensitized. Kids standing on the corner, their friend gets shot right next to him. He's bleeding. He dies, whatever. This one kid that witnessed this goes to like 4 funerals in 1 month, right? You start to become desensitized, right? Everything that you're seeing,
right?
Everything you're seeing on, on the news, everything, we're watching people get shot now on World Star, get stabbed on World Star, whatever like that. It gets 5,000 likes, whatever, 8,000 shares or whatever like that. Yo, did you see him? He just took his head, he just blew his head off. Becoming desensitized. All right. So children are caring about less and less and less. Us as adults, right? Look at all the movies we got, The Purge. Right, where you get one day to take out anybody you want to. You can shoot and kill anybody you want to, whatever like that, and not even get convicted.
Right.
So this has become a popular cult movie or whatever like that.
Right.
So the key is we're starting, subconsciously to glorify the wrong things. Right? Yeah, we're starting to glorify the wrong things, and we think it's cool. Like it's funny. Look, he shot him in the head. His head blew up like that, exploded. Look at his brains on his ground. I heard a kid say that.
Me too.
I heard a young kid say something like that.
Yeah, man.
So this is
those
what's
be the
happening.
same. Those be the same ones that'll go outside the next day and think that it's cute to say, "Yo, let's all get together. We're gonna like these little gang members and stuff initiating and just picking just anybody in the street." And as a mother, like you see situations like that. Like this is why, as a mother and a grandmother, I don't even like going to the park.
Yeah, I ain't mad.
I don't even like going to the park because I've been in the park. You remember the time where I had a little situation with the kids, and my whole thing is like I don't want to be in a situation where I'm just trying to do something normal, like take Justice to go play in the park, and somebody decides to just go buck wild, and then I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm not even there, and my daughter's with, with my grandson, and something happens, and by accident, because they were just there, that you was in the wrong place. Like it's sick. We can't even go to the park and can't even go to nice places without somebody walking in and effing it up.
And
see, because you had a bad fucking day.
Yeah,
I just said effing up and then cursed after. I'm sorry. It's too much already. It's too much. There's too much nonsense. There's too many sick people out there, and nobody's trying to figure out what the damn solution to the problem is. There's so much mental illness, and people take it as a joke. It's not a joke.
And hold on, and going back to the point I was making, like compassion itself, you know what I'm saying? Like people are less compassionate about, and people really do are so self-absorbed. They're caring about less and less. So you actually start accepting certain things like violence. You start accepting things like violence and brutality, and you just start accepting. No, but certain people are just starting to accept it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay. Oh, such just got shot up the block, man. Boom, he died. Blah blah blah. Oh, word. When's the funeral? All right. I catch you there. Blah 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 blah. People caring less and less, man. And I'm seeing it more and more over and over. And communities are getting so plagued with this nonsense. We recently had an intern that's here, and shout out to my man, shout out to Steve and everything, and I ain't gonna put his last name out there, but he lost his sister 26 years old, to an act of senseless violence, right? She happened to be with the wrong person at the wrong time in her car, letting this guy she just started dealing with, whatever like that, and they ran up on this car because they thought it was his car, and they shot up the car.
Oh my God.
Shot her point blank in the head. She's in the hospital. She died. She died, whatever, 26 years old, so full of life, had everything to live for. You know what I'm saying? And this is somebody that
died dealing with some clown ass.
Somebody that I knew. Her brother, I knew him, very, very good kid. They're not about that life. You know what I'm saying? Come from a whole suburban neighborhood or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it's like to see this, man, and it's like I'm like, they didn't catch the people yet, they didn't catch these guys yet, or whatever. It's just sad, man. This is what's happening in our neighborhoods around us, and it's like, where do you start the healing? And that's my thing. Where do you start, finding deterrence from these things happening? What do? You stiffen the penalties for killing somebody? Do you change laws, gun laws? We can go back to the same old crap. It starts with somehow showing these kids, these youth, these gangs, that there's another alternative besides violence. Right. So now this kid, now here's the kicker. So this kid that I'm talking about that lost his sister, right? You know what he carries in his car now? You know what he carries in the back of his car now? What? 2 sets of boxing gloves, right? And whatever, he's and goes around saying this is how we should handle our problems. I'm gonna start a program in the inner cities. Kids start handling their problems this way. They got a beef with each other. Their parents come, their friends come, blah blah blah, right here, and they put on these gloves.
That's how we used to do it.
It'd be beautiful if he could do that and it could actually work.
That's how we used to do it.
That's how we used to, exactly.
That's how we used to do
you can't have beef with somebody and think, oh, we're gonna fight the fair one. Now you gotta worry about, dang, I got beef with this dude. He gonna come over here. He might mess around, try to pull out a gun, stab me, whatever. There's no more respect. You know what I'm saying? Like in how we used to do things, the way we used to handle stuff.
You know what, Akissa, as you saying that's so true. But because right now I'm in a totally different place. When you were saying about people shooting the fair when it now come back, I'm sorry, listeners, and I am sorry to my panel what I'm about to say. I'll break every damn finger on your body so you can't pull a trigger, and it's going to take you about 3 months to heal, and I'm not bad, and I'm not Superman. That's my determination to live.
So, look, history repeats itself. Every great civilization from the...
I'm going to give you a hug after the show.
Whatever, Norm.
It's the new woo. No. Every great civilization from the Mayans to the Egyptians to the Romans, they all died out the same way. They got decadent, they got desensitized, civilization fell. Remember, they used to feed the Christians to the lions. 50,000 people would gather together and watch a lion maul a person. Right?
Right.
What happened to the Roman Empire? What happened to it? Okay. It's gone. So, look, what you're seeing is that, number one. Number two, what's the answer? Here's mine. You can't do none of this without spirituality, right? Spirituality is the thing that makes you walk past your fear. In other words, I don't want to go outside because this can happen. Okay, what can I do to not make a decision based upon my fear? Because the threat is real. My spirituality allows me to make a decision that's not based on fear, to say, I'm out here and I'm gonna raise the glove. Right. See, spirituality is what makes you empathetic. You could throw all the money, you get all of the programs, you could do this, you could do that. If people don't understand how to be empathetic towards mankind, it's not gonna work. How is that done? This is just me. Everybody else can have their own opinion, right? If you don't know that there's something greater than yourself, number one. Number two, if you don't feel for another person the way you would yourself, right? You're not going to live. Now, how do you learn that? Through spirituality, through the church, through this, through that. Like, I'm a Buddhist, that's a Christian, etc. Okay? Now, when you take these institutions like the church and the this and that third, you turn them into money-making machines, you turn them into reality television, and you warp it, then you get what you get. Listen, to me, even before education, because what is an educated man without the accurate application, with no wisdom of the education? A fool. You need the empathy first. Empathy starts with God. The reason that we are so separate is because we don't recognize that we're all one. Now, I'm not going to get into what God is and what your religion is and what your this is and what that is. But all the great ones say, do unto others as you do unto you. Where do you learn that from? Where'd your grandmother get it from? She got it through spirituality. And spirituality also goes with what? Morality and empathy. I'm not going to do this because I don't want to see it done. And finally, then, wait a minute, it's not just about me. Guess what? I want more for myself than I want for another person. Where you learn that from? Not from video games, not from programs and money, right? So to me, that's the solution. And him raising the glove is a spiritual act to say, even though I'm afraid, even though I've lost this person, I'm going to have the courage to stand up and stand out. But when we got these platforms, do people use their platforms for that? We do. I'm part of the solution, baby.
Yeah, I'm saying. And the thing is, the key is shout out to Dee Graham, and I'm going to read some of your comments. We're going to spend these last 10 minutes reading your comments and addressing your comments and everything. But Dee Graham, she basically, we got to have conversation with the youth. We got to start having conversations and stop being afraid to talk to these youths. To the youth, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they can't have these conversations with their parents, right?
That's why we're here,
right? Maybe they can't have the conversation with.
That's
their
why the show is here.
or this or whatever like that. This is why, you know, you have people that are just experiencing life, like yourself, like Dennis, like myself. We're experiencing life, and if we run across some of these young soldiers out here in the streets, because right now they're acting like soldiers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. But they're acting like soldiers. We got to talk to these young cats or whatever, and just let them know there's another way. You know, you can handle things. There's other options that you got. There's other options. You got other options, man. You know, and it's funny because I see what some of these little wars on out in the streets, whatever, and if it's not either over a chick or, you know, you on my territory, you know, or I have to show you that I'm bigger and badder than you or whatever like that. It's all over nonsense. Right. Everything I just mentioned is really over nonsense.
Right.
It's over garbage. So and you know, and when you look at these senseless killings like Nia, right, out in Oakland, just walk on a platform with her sister and get stabbed in the neck.
Demonic. Crazy, man. That's crazy, bro.
Why? So we have to start addressing certain things like the mentality of gang violence, and this wasn't even gang violence. So this could have been somebody that's dealing with some mental illness or whatever the case may be. But we have to start addressing it, and we have to be able to recognize it too. Right. You know, we have to recognize it, and we have to deal with it and find solutions, man.
So you're not afraid to take a human life, but you are afraid to show some compassion, right? Gun clap and popping off. You can do that all day, every day. Don't care nothing about the consequences. But you're afraid of losing face. See, the fear of you being ostracized by your peers, that could sometimes make you take action. So fear is a very important word. And I think what you're saying is people moving out of fear, right? So I don't have a fear of taking a life, right? But I do got a fear of letting that brother walk away and live. Now, that's talking to me because I got an anger management problem.
Right.
So spirituality is how I address not making a decision based on fear. What you're seeing, and then plus mental illness and not being afraid to take an action.
Right.
Because just because you're mentally ill, you come at my daughter, I'm gonna take some action. I'm not gonna be afraid. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be afraid to get physical. You follow me?
Exactly.
Like if I'm on the platform, but that's the thing. The baby was just there by herself.
Right.
So how does that father feel? I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that's the.
Let's
even imagine.
Let's read some comments real quick. Shout out to Julius Gray on the check-in.
Hey, Julius.
As far as vigilanteism is concerned, I'm all in for it in certain situations. So Dennis, you bring the guy, I'll bring the rope, and the pipe, and the beer.
Oh my God!
Dee Dee Graham said the revolution will be televised. Let's get it, people. Unite, unite. Creature said yes, it is. DT said deadly sins is real. When people can't congratulate another person blessings. Oh, that's
why it is the way it is.
Okay, got that. Timothy Beverly, what's up, Tim? Brother Tim?
Yeah, my cousin. What's good, Tim?
It's all of the above. Family.
I'm sorry.
Okay, it's all of the above. If the large entity of our society does not begin mental reform, it will continue to worsen. I agree.
Okay, here we go. Laverne Long.
Technology is the root of all evil. All these cell phones are tracking devices.
Revy D.
They've created a platform for violence.
Talking about a WorldStar when we were talking about WorldStar earlier. Dee Dee Graham.
The youth see plenty of death and speak amongst themselves. As adults, we need to help them get through. Talk to them.
Absolutely. Barb, welcome, Barb.
The younger generation have a perception of inclusion and peace, and they look at these incidents as random due to bigger social agenda to keep us all distracted. There's definitely a larger picture here. Timothy Beverly, True Norm. Those are the continued images that is shown as a regular program on the television.
Yeah, he was talking about when Norm had said the different images that are being shown, man, and I just think that it's horrible, man, that we're in this. You know what kills me the most? It's not even how people are. Well, it kills me how people are acting, biting people, and killing, like they're stabbing the two women. But we sit back, make excuses. Not excuses, but all people are crazy. And then what happens is people get afraid. And then when people get afraid, you begin to get dominated by your fears of all these different people.
You make decisions based on fear.
Fear. Yeah. Oh, well, no, I'm not going out. I'm going to go wherever I want to go, be wherever I want to be, and I'm going to stay within the limits of the law. But if you come to me breaking the law is broken already.
Revy D, they have no fear of God anymore. They want to be God or whatever higher power you believe in.
Clap that up.
Yeah, she's right.
Timothy Beverly.
Be to others.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, baby.
Be to others as I would want others to be to me. That's my spirituality, my religion, and my way of life.
Absolutely.
That's a good way of looking at it.
And let's read, go back to Dee Dee Graham right here.
I'm hoping to have my doctorate in psychology within the next 6 years because I need to help my community and my youth.
And please come on the show when you come back to Jersey, Dee Dee. All right, yeah, it's real out here. And wow, we didn't even get into our other topic today.
It
grew legs.
It
grew legs. We come back to that tomorrow. And Timothy said, because our initial topic was supposed to be bad relationships change good women.
We'll be silly tomorrow.
Bad relationships change good women.
There you go.
But how we gonna flip that for tomorrow? Because
this
bad relationships change good people.
Yeah,
we're gonna flip it and make it more general. So that's tomorrow.
I guess we'll be silly tomorrow.
That will be tomorrow on the Man Cave Morning Show. We want to thank everybody for joining us, man.
Show.
You already know what it is. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on YouTube. Shout out to everybody watching us live right now on Twitter, Periscope, Ustream, the mother site, WBKS1.com. Listening to us live on the TuneIn app. Watching us live on Facebook. Salute to you all. We'll be back tomorrow morning. And remember something. The show is never about us.
It's always about you.
Because you are the next best kept secret. And we out of here.
Wakanda
Peace.
forever. Peace. Bang, 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 bang.
All right. Let's go out today. My sister came up in here looking like Wonder Woman with the blue song. My sister Aaliyah, y'all, just in the building.
Wonder Woman. With the bracelets, the bulletproof bracelets.
I used to know it word for word.
I did too, actually.
This is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1 Radio.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouzet.
I'm paying you later.
Hey, I'm the queen of comedy, some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming up. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BKS1.